welcome back to this episode of Grindcast. Everybody's got cookies.
Yeah.
Will's real happy about that. He's so damn excited about that.
I like cookies.
Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying about the white part?
Mm-hmm.
Now take a bite of the black part. See, that's what you want to save to the end.
Oh.
Yeah. See, it's like the reverse pizza. It's like you eat the good stuff and then you're like, this fucking crust, get it out of here.
Yeah.
But this is what I call the vegetable technique. You eat all the vegetables and then you eat your steak. You save the best part for last.
I like vegetables.
Well, I like vegetables too, but not as much as steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, see what I'm talking about? By the way, I'm Matt.
Will. And Jason.
Who are you?
Matt.
Whoa.
He's breathing all heavy.
It's a fucking workout. You are like the happiest person I've ever seen with a cookie right now.
This is exactly what I needed.
I gotta put this up. I'll take a picture of this and fucking put it up. Will is cookie.
It's a damn fine cookie. Get that angle there.
Oh, this has got to go up on Facebook. Oh my god. I'm doing this on the air right now.
Right.
Just go ahead, pick a topic. We're gonna go right in the news, everybody.
News. Okay.
You suck at this.
So November 17th, 1992. Why is that important? Because
Oh, I thought you were asking me. I was like, I don't have my fucking book.
That was the death of Superman.
Yes.
So
who's that, you might ask?
Mild-mannered reporter Clark Kent. Oops.
You really fucked things up, Will. Now he has to go become a trucker. Good job.
So all you people that are still sitting on your 23-year-old copies of A Funeral for a Friend, you're not retiring anytime soon. I hate to break it to you.
You're not retiring if you have the Death of Superman issue. I bought it from a yard sale for $1.50, and I still paid too much. No, it's one of those books that everybody thinks like, and I've had people come into the store with them, and they're like, well, this has to be worth something. It's like, no, see, because you would think it would be, but this is what happened. They printed way too fucking many of them. And the market was flooded with the fuckers.
Yeah.
So they're not worth
like
dick.
any early 90s comic, really.
Well, yeah, there's not a comic in the 90s that's actually really worth much of anything.
Well, there is now.
Unless you get, well, yeah, New Mutants 98.
Someone is selling a copy for $150 on eBay.
Well, that guy's a dick.
Well, it's graded, right?
Yeah.
Is it signed by anybody?
Doubt it.
All right, well, way to read the details research center.
I didn't buy into the Death of Superman, but I did buy into the Rebirth.
Okay.
And when he came back as 4 entities. And by the way, I still think that Steel was the weakest one.
Well, yeah.
I mean, not just because of Shaq's movie, but... Are you guys still here?
See, this was a test. I was testing to see how you could hold on your own. And you know what? You passed, but barely. F+.
The thing is, he's got a cookie. He's concentrating solely on that cookie.
I'm still, talking about Superman.
Yeah. Do you hear yourself right now?
What?
Breathe.
I am
Get
breathing.
a bag full of cookies
Breathe
over there.
and eat. It's two separate things, man.
I mean, Matt ate a sandwich once.
Yeah, and
I did
that one time.
And I did it with class and devotion.
Devotion.
You were very devoted.
I devoted that fucking sandwich. Every inch of it.
Stop it.
In my mouth.
Stop
It's gooey gloriness.
So anyway, Death of Superman.
All right, I'll take this book back.
I mean, I can keep going with
F+.
it. F+. Hey.
F+. So we know,
Means better.
You know, from this experiment...
Plus means better.
Yeah.
From this experiment, I know that if we're quiet, you buckle under the pressure, and Jason can't finish episodes.
I finished episodes fucking perfectly.
I think you only ended like one, right?
It was only the one, and I will never forget it. I listen to it every night.
It's my fucking alarm. I don't know when you listen. Fuck off.
I don't know.
All right, well, moving on. Yeah, the death of Superman. Now, this was like 2 days ago that this was actually the 23rd year of it. But, you know, it was a landmark issue. I mean, it made news. People were like, you know, some people were devastated, like, oh, how the hell you kill Superman? But
Oh, yeah, people were pissed.
it didn't take long for him to come back.
Like Optimus Prime. They brought him back wrong.
Oh, it's this Pet Cemetery just buried him in Pet Cemetery.
See, that's where I wish I had the Kevin Spacey Superman wrong scream. Like, wrong!
I watched that movie though.
What's that?
Optimus Prime getting buried in the Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, oh.
He comes back wrong. He's Megatron.
So moving on to things, speaking of people that fell from high, Charlie Sheen was in the news recently this week because he wanted to tell everybody that he had HIV. Which came to no one's surprise. He like shows up, he's like, I've got HIV. Like, just now? Like, you didn't have it before? Or did you just finally decide, you know, that little voice in the back of your head that tells you should do something and you keep going, nah, you shut up, little voice.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to your shit.
I'll get to that later.
All in the 80s and 90s, he was like a great action star. It's like, you should get tested. He's like, nah, I'm on top of the world right now. I didn't do that shit. And 3.5 Men come along and he's back in the scene. He's like, get tested, Charlie. Nah, I can ride this shit forever. Goes nuts, tries to come back, doesn't happen. So what's he got left? I gotta listen to that little voice in the back of my head. Cause I probably got some kind of disease and I can go on the news about it.
Yeah.
And like I said, to no one's surprise.
Did him coming out with this make him think that people were going to be sympathetic? Like, oh, Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, he's like, I could pull a Magic Johnson out of this shit.
No, he's not a vampire, so he can't beat Magic Johnson.
What the fuck? If I do not get that screenplay by the end of the year, I'm going to be so mad. Magic Johnson is the last vampire in the world.
That's why he's still alive, and he's been HIV positive for 20 years. 23 years, I think.
I thought he actually got cured.
Yeah, he's a vampire. He never really had it.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't seen his records. I haven't seen his medical records or anything, but I mean, that was actually probably coincided pretty closely to the death of Superman, is when Magic Johnson came out and said, I have AIDS.
Was that at the same time? And
then he tried to host a late night show, like almost immediately following that. With Tommy Davidson as his sidekick.
See, but that was like, that's the wrong time to do that, because that's at the time where people were like, so if we use the same microphone, am I going to get AIDS?
Yeah.
Yeah. Going back to the subject we're on, apparently he paid $10 million to keep his HIV a secret.
Charlie?
Yeah.
So who was going to come out and tell everybody about it? I bet it's Denise Richards. That bitch needed money. She was like, man, Wild Things I thought was going to be my magnum opus.
Wasn't he married to a porn star recently?
When wasn't he married to a porn star?
I mean, actually married. I thought he actually married one instead of just,
Instead of just
bun and run or whatever the kids call it nowadays.
They call it a meet and greet. I just think, I don't know. What more does this guy need to do to just, like, still try and be relevant in a time of that pretty much forgot him, I think.
Still having a more successful career than his brother, though.
They could be said
that like we're surprised.
They could be said for any family that has actors in it. You know, like the Baldwins. The Wayans. Well, I don't know. I don't think any of the Wayans are actually being successful at this moment.
Probably Damon's son is the most successful right now because I've seen him on some shows and some commercials.
He does a lot more.
I'm not getting into this argument again.
Baldwin's versus Wayans of Return. Probably our least watched YouTube video.
I mean, of all great shows that have been around for a while, they always do revisit things, but I'm not revisiting that.
Revenge of the Baldwins.
That was probably the lowest low of our career. Talking about the Baldwins.
We need something to talk about. What do we talk about, Will? Let's talk about the Baldwins and the Wayans.
Fuck it, run with it. What you don't want is dead air. So you fill it with anything.
Sirens, ducks, it don't matter.
I probably, if I just would have went like, we gave up, and then just put sound effects in for the next half hour, probably people are like, oh, 1 million downloads on YouTube.
With that.
Jesus Christ. Why?
John Cena!
Oh my god. Alright, moving on. So, Japan is trying to one-up America once again.
Well, they like to do that.
Not only do they have bigger monsters than us, they also have smaller dicks than us. But they also now have a bigger buffet of a certain style than us.
Yeah.
They have a KFC buffet.
2. All you can eat KFC buffets.
2. Not one. One was not big enough for Japan's tiny little fucking continent.
In the same city.
What the fuck? So wait, Osaka.
Both of them are in Osaka.
And Osaka's not that big compared to like Tokyo and shit. Like,
well, it's fucking Japan. Nothing's really that big. You just cram as much as you can in one little space.
You can hike all of Japan in like 5 hours. If you're a good-looking guy, you can bang yourself from north to south down the beaches. Because Japanese girls love American men. I've heard about this.
Yeah.
Have you heard this? You know about this?
Stop it. Stop it. No one likes him.
I do.
Don't lie.
Did.
Don't lie like
Don't.
But yeah, their first one was you could
a booming success.
You could get like regular meals or whatever, like combos or whatever, or you can go to the buffet. The new one, the restaurant itself looks way too high scale for like a KFC buffet.
Look at fucking, like, in America, look at Chinese buffets. Mm-hmm. They're selling the cheapest fucking food, and there's marble pillars and etched glass shit everywhere, like waterfalls.
Yeah, that's true.
Real bamboo
Sometimes
forests.
there's actually glass in your food. That's how fancy it is.
Yeah, they forget that they're not building the pyramid. They're building the shrimp cocktail, and they put glass in the fucking thing. I almost died.
I mean, I had no idea.
We're going back there next week.
I had no idea that KFC had this big of a following in Japan.
In Japan. But yeah,
it's just fucking herbs and spices, dude.
In the second one, if you go into the restaurant, you cannot order regular combos. You can only do that in the drive-thru. If you go in, it's only buffet style.
Well, see, my question is how long has KFC been over there?
I'm not sure.
Because if it's one of those things where it just recently showed up in the past couple years, I could see it being like a global powerhouse. Because this is just like, I've never eaten chicken like this. All we have is teriyaki over here.
I mean, because they were bought out by PepsiCo several years ago. So I don't know if they took them over there more recently or...
Just think about this. Norm Macdonald is huge in Japan.
Of course he is. He should be. He's fucking Norm Macdonald.
He's like 7.
All right.
He's like 7'5".
He had a brief podcast career that was awesome. Yes, we have a lot more episodes than Norm Macdonald had.
There you go. It's up right now.
There I am eating a cookie.
Will Bacon.
People are liking it.
Yeah, people are liking it. It's going viral. Jesus Christ.
People are liking it as we speak.
Yeah, look at this fucking setup they have.
That looks ridiculous. That looks like a high school cafeteria or something with like a chandelier in it. It's like I'm eating in a library.
Look, they have the actual suit worn by Colonel Sanders.
Oh, he must be like some sort of like hero over there. They're like, it's gonna be like Colonel Sanders versus Godzilla versus...
I wonder if they do any yaoi art of him like making out and being in a relationship with like Ronald McDonald or something.
Jesus.
Or the Chick-fil-A chicken.
I guarantee you that it exists. But look, this is probably like the entrance to this buffet. Look at that shit.
That looks like fucking like walking into a Whole Foods over here.
Yeah.
Like, there's actual baguettes and
They
shit.
probably have better KFC over there than we have here. It just looks like it's...
Well, there's only one way to find out. We gotta go.
Grindcast goes to Japan to eat KFC.
The lunch
We're
buffet,
doing it. I'm gonna look up for tickets.
We're gonna do a GoFundMe.
The lunch buffet
to get buy us tickets to go to Japan and eat KFC.
Put in the comments how many of you would fund us to go to Japan, film it, us eating KFC at a buffet. Completely lost because we can't read anything. We're just like, that looks like mashed potatoes. I'm not sure because this other white goop looks like mashed potatoes. I'm sure the hell that's chicken, but that also looks like chicken. They wouldn't have put two of the same thing side by side, would they?
I mean, they have.
I think there's got to be at least a handful of people out there that would like to see us do that, but probably not enough to
Look
get
at
us
this
there.
shit, dude.
Dude, I posted a picture of you eating a cookie and already 4 people.
Their kitchen is better for this fucking thing than the one I work in.
Jesus Christ, it's like country style, like wood cabinets and everything in the kitchen.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. It's like you're actually in Colonel's kitchen.
All right. Well, I could marvel at this glory for hours, but it doesn't matter because we're gonna see this in person someday.
Yeah, we're going there.
We're going to Jap land.
Stop
Eating
it.
KFC.
We're gonna get arrested the moment we land.
We're gonna land with like papers. Like, I don't need to show you my papers, Jap man. I'm from America. You know what that means?
That right there.
I'm gonna wear suspenders just for that. I'm from America. I don't need no papers to eat chicken here.
I'm gonna go over and like Colonel Sanders like cosplay. Like I'm gonna dress up like Colonel Sanders, dye my hair.
Do it
and
now.
everything. Yeah.
Do it right now.
I mean, I already started the facial hair a little bit for that, so
You need to take steroids for that shit.
Yeah.
You need to have like a
Sanders-
fucking like
Sanders was ripped.
yeah.
Sanders was ripped.
Like a bodybuilder. Chilling chicken.
Japan Sanders is fucking ripped. You
I
ever
mean, look at him. He looks like a monk.
He's so fucking Japanese.
great.
He's like guiding you to the
Chicken Nirvana.
Yeah, chicken nirvana.
No, he kind of has like this stance, like, what the fuck is this shit?
He's real
This
happy
wasn't
about
my
it.
idea.
He's real happy about it, though.
All right, well, we got to move on to another topic. We're gonna stick with chicken.
Sure.
In the Philippines,
Okay.
they decided, hey, you know what doesn't have chicken in a ridiculous place? Pizza. So let's make the crust out of fried chicken.
Yeah.
Did you find a picture?
How does it
How is that pronounced? Chiza?
Cheese or something like that. I don't fucking know.
Chiza?
Wow, that
It's basically a bowl of fried chicken, and they just dump shit into
I love
it.
watching the video, like the video here of it, just
Yeah.
like the toppings just falling and then just
And
instantly melting. Like the chicken is 1,000 degrees.
Like, this chicken's so hot, you don't even need to cook the rest of the shit. It just automatically melts.
Yeah, it has fucking like pizza sauce.
So this is a
mozzarella.
KFC thing again.
Yeah, in the
Jesus
Philippines.
Christ.
Fucking pepperoni, pineapple, and scallions.
See, I don't understand what KFC is doing. Because in the States, they made, and a lot of people for some reason like this thing, I think it's fucking disgusting, that KFC Best Bowl or whatever, where it's like fried chicken tenders, mashed potatoes, corn, cheese, gravy.
I mean, it's what you would eat, but all put together.
I've had it. It's okay, but like,
See, I can't stand corn and mashed potatoes.
oh,
That alone, I
that's-
can't stand doing that together. So I couldn't put chicken tenders, gravy, and cheese all in the same boat.
See, that's my thing. I like corn in my mashed potatoes. So
God damn it.
I don't really care the corn and the mashed potatoes.
Do you
are not,
have to be so like 1920s?
apparently,
You're hipsterish without even trying.
That's how you know he's professional.
He's like, I can be a hipster, not even give it. I don't even have to try.
I was born for this role.
You go to like a fancy restaurant, they just come out. They're like, "I'm assuming you want your corn in your mashed potatoes, sir." And you're like, "Where else would you put it?"
I'm putting it beside it because then I gotta spoon it in myself.
And we all know how bad I am with utensils.
Yes, this is true.
So let's just cut out the middleman here. Could you please pre-cut my steak?
You're giving away my secrets.
Dun, dun.
Pre-cut my steak.
Will's terrible with utensils.
We're gonna make a hashtag
Just
out of
use
it.
your hands. Just dig in.
I do sometimes.
I'm never going to go anywhere to eat with you.
You have been places to eat with me.
Yeah, but you used utensils.
No, but you know
then.
what? The next time we have a dinner meeting for any big plans, we're gonna go somewhere real nice,
Oh God.
like a Dave and Buster's. And you're gonna order a steak, and we're all just gonna sit and watch you. I'm gonna film it too.
I'm gonna have to practice. It's gonna be like a 1980s montage of me like cutting
you
steaks.
can't cheat. You gotta go into it the way you would normally cut a steak. You gotta choke.
I'm watching like YouTube videos on how to cut steaks.
Like step 1, don't hold the fork at the fork end. There's a handle on it for a reason. Hold it there.
What?
Step 2, use the knife to cut with.
What is going on?
Step
Will?
3, enjoy steak.
That's a good question, Jason.
I'm sorry. Did I really ruin your life right now?
No, not at all. I'm glad that it's out now.
It's all right.
It's out
I got plenty of skeletons that are coming out sooner or later.
I feel so much relief now that
Yeah.
people know this.
See, people are gonna comment and let you know, like, you're not the only one.
Yeah.
I too know how to cut a steak properly. What the hell is wrong with you? Did this come off of chicken pizza?
Yeah, it did.
So that's in the Philippines. So now we got to get a ticket to the Philippines and eat a cheese pizza,
I'm not eating
chicken
that.
pizza.
I can make that myself if I fucking wanted to.
We did get a request once to eat that. I don't know if they make it anymore, but it was the pretzel crust or the hot dog crust.
The hot dog crust.
See, I don't really like hot dogs.
The fucking, what is it, pig in a blanket?
Yeah.
No.
So there's two things in my life I used to eat when I was a kid. And then once I saw how they made it, I stopped wanting to eat it. And that was hot dogs and Scrapple.
I've never had Scrapple, and I don't.
You don't. When I seen how it's made, I saw it in an actual factory. And they're just scraping up eyeballs and shit, and it just goes into a grinder and then plops out in a square, and then
Why
they roast
would you
it.
not want to eat the eyes, and you get better eyesight?
It does not work that way.
How would you know? Are you a scientist?
Bear Grylls
Show
is
me-
nearsighted, and he's eating more eyeballs than I can.
Show me your scientist license, and I will believe
Look
you.
it up. Hashtag gofuckyourself.com.
Fuck.
It's just going to be a picture of me holding up a fake license.
Hashtag
gofuckyourself.com /RSS. Go fuck yourself. .org. .gov.
.gov.
Oh, fuck
That way
me.
you know it's a protected site.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You won't get your identity stolen.
All right, so moving on to something that's going to piss me off.
Good.
You brought this up, I think. Fuck you. They're gonna do a remake of Memento,
Yeah.
which I find ironic because you're doing a remake about a movie about a guy who forgets things.
Yeah. That is kind of an interesting way of looking
You
at it.
Oh my god! I thought Jason was gonna have to give you mouth to mouth for a
Yeah, I
second.
don't know
So
what
I ain't
happened
fucking
there.
doing
I
it.
don't know what happened there.
I'm not trained.
I'll trach him.
Thank you.
Break him?
Yeah.
Is that like a get wrecked kind of thing?
I'll find a YouTube video.
Yeah.
We'll learn real quick.
Yes.
Or you'll learn real slowly. What you want to do first is... Time is of the essence.
You gotta pick the right video. The one's like 30 seconds.
How to save a choke victim. 15-minute long video. And by the end of this video, your victim has died. Congratulations. You can try again next time.
Yeah, next time.
Can
But,
we just load the video later? I got other things to do. I can't save you now.
Could you just choke at maybe tomorrow around 3?
It's more convenient for me.
So yeah, Memento.
Yeah.
This is another one of those movies that doesn't need to be remade.
I mean,
Too
people
bad.
are gonna know what happened.
Yeah. That's just the fucking weird thing.
It'd be like doing a remake of The Sixth Sense.
And you know what the
Gee,
funny...
I bet he's dead.
Yeah. Well, you know what the funny thing is like whenever remakes come out, people that haven't seen it, they're like, well, I'll watch the original first so I have an idea of what's going on. But then it's just going to spoil the ending for you.
Mm-hmm.
See, what they're gonna do is do the complete opposite of what actually happens. He's gonna remember every single thing.
You're going to go into the movie and then they're...
Got complete clarity, just photographic memory.
He's just writing on Polaroids, and he's like, wait, I fucking know all of this already.
Yeah.
Why am I wasting my time? I spent hundreds of dollars on fucking tattoos. I'm an idiot. The guy who killed my wife's right in the next room.
Stop it. You just
We've been friends for days.
You just ruined the movie for everybody, man. Good job.
I hope it's John Leguizamo is the guy who forgets everything. Because wouldn't that be great, having him in that dramatic role?
I want it to be Ryan Reynolds.
God, no. Not now that he's finally getting into a role that fits him. Now let's put him in something serious again. Oh, well, he's got to grow a beard again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he does.
And he'll have to get more ripped. He'll have to get like Thor ripped then. Because if you want to be even more serious, you got to get more ripped now.
Well, duh. The stronger you are,
Ashton
the more
Kutcher
serious
doesn't
you are.
do serious acting anymore. You can never get that ripped.
Yeah. Like I did it once and my heart almost exploded. So fuck it. Memento remake. There you go. As if this past summer at the movies wasn't fucking dismal enough. Now we know we have this shit to look forward to coming into summers to come.
And there's more garbage on the way.
Yeah. Speaking of garbage, Zoolander 2. They put up another trailer.
Oh, I didn't get to see. That's what I wanted to look up.
Yeah, go ahead and look it up. It's fucking terrible. The only thing that I know that they're working on right now, I'm not even going to talk about Zoolander 2. The first one was a cult classic only because people didn't mind quoting the dumbest shit that the movie said.
It was such a ridiculous fucking movie.
Yeah, but
you have Will Ferrell playing a character named Mugatu who's assassinating people with Mel Moss.
Right. Mm-hmm. I mean,
that premise alone is hilarious.
They made it to be stupid, but you can already tell from this sequel they are self-aware that people liked it because of how dumb it was. So now they're just making it even more ridiculous.
That's kind of what happened with Joe Dirt.
Yeah, or the Dumb and Dumber sequel.
Mm-hmm.
The actual sequel.
Right.
But they're going to make a John Wick 2, which I'm very interested to see because John Wick I thought was pretty good. It was the best action movie based off somebody just killing a guy's dog and him going out for revenge. That's the plot of it. That's all it is. But it was fucking great. If you didn't see John Wick, watch it. I recommend it. Mm-hmm. Keanu Reeves bought everybody lunch every day of the week. I don't know, he always does something nice.
He does something ridiculous like that all the time.
Yeah, he always does something nice.
He really bought everybody a dog and then fed them for the
I want to have him
remainder of the movie.
Yeah, I'd like him to come on the episode once and maybe he'll bring us a sandwich or something.
Yeah, I mean, then he can autograph my shirt.
A Keanu Reeves shirt.
Yeah. He'll bring us sandwiches and then you'll be like, oh, damn it, I brought sandwiches. Because you've been a real nice guy with bringing stuff lately. Hashtag Will Cookies.
Yeah.
Which he could have had all the other times, but he just sat there quiet.
He was too afraid to ask.
He was real timid.
I just picture him in his mind, he's just like that little kid kicking his foot around. He's like, gee, mister, can I get a cookie?
I mean, I like cookies.
But I don't want to,
You don't ask right away. You just sort of, I like cookies too. I mean, I have them every now and then. It's been a while.
It was funny because that's almost how this went. You're like, you got more of those? I mean, I like cookies. He's like, yeah, little buddy, you want a cookie? Ask for it. You want a little You want a cookie?
I mean, I am, going to be 33 next week, so yeah.
Hey, look here, don't start with that because you missed my birthday.
I said happy birthday.
I don't have your phone number.
That's not my fault.
And then I was going to go on Facebook, and then I remember that you have no social media life.
He's got no presence except this.
You have anti-social media.
Yeah. I do it on purpose.
See, that's why he's the most popular, because everybody's trying to find stuff about him and they can't find
nothing.
We're just there. All right, we'll move it on to one more, and then we'll get into request topics. I wanted to do this one because, actually, no, that's a route. Nah, let's do this one too. We'll rope them together. Call of Duty 3 beer. I watched the video of GameSpot tries Call of Duty 3 beer. And it kind of wants something like this. They crack it open, they smell it, and they go, why does it smell like that? They try it and go, okay, it has a nice chocolatey start. So they're kind of into it. And then at the end of the video, they're like, that is the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth. They're like, this is the worst beer ever. And it's, again, this is coming off of that, when Jones Soda did the Nuka-Cola thing. Mm-hmm. This is just another way for them to put something out there. And they're just like, oh, these will be collector things then eventually, because, there's people that collect beer bottles and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And then they also had a comic book for Call of Duty 3.
What?
Which I'm like, seriously? You're going to make a comic book off of a video game that's not known for its campaign stories?
Actually, it's kinda is for its campaign.
Since when?
Since for a while now.
I've never heard anybody say, I thoroughly enjoyed the story.
There was a really big controversy about the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 stage No Russian.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'll show you.
I just haven't... I guess I'm out of the loop then.
It's just that more people play the multiplayer because it's like...
Well, still.
Cool.
And honestly, that's one of the reasons why I don't pick up the games, is I heard that the story modes, the campaign modes, are just kind of meh.
They're not horrible. I will say, out of the modern FPS games, they're probably some of the better, like, big visuals and whatnot campaigns.
I don't know.
But like I said, more people will play the multiplayer because it's the cool thing to do, and you want to get in so you can be like, oh, I just 360 no scope, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I played Black Ops first. Black Ops was the first one I got into after not playing Call of Duty games for a while, and I was just like, oh yeah, that Russian guy's not real. They're doing a fight club on us. Like, you could tell that from the first, 10 or 15 minutes of playing the game. You're just like, oh, that makes sense, because all of a sudden there's times when that guy's not around when he was right beside you. And then he just shows up and saves you from drowning all of a sudden. But he could have no idea of where you were. Yeah. It's like, oh, yeah, he's not real.
We're talking about the first Black Ops with, what's his name?
Yeah,
Mason?
the first, yeah.
Yeah, you're... It's Fight Club.
Yeah. And that was the dumbest fucking story ever. I'm sorry. Like, it was terrible to me.
I've not really played the Black Ops, but the Modern Warfares and whatnot, those seem to have better, what you would consider blockbuster campaigns. Yeah. They have really big, set pieces, in, I think it was the first Modern Warfare, where you finish the stage and you're trying to get out in a helicopter, and then a nuke goes off, and it kills everybody, including you. That's actually a pretty cool moment, when you're just like...
That's the only fucking cool moment, though.
You didn't even play the other ones, though.
No, I haven't.
I mean, the stage... I can't remember what it's called, in that same game where you're playing as the sniper and you're the wither ghillie suit and hide from, dogs and shit. That's a pretty cool fucking stage, too. Because it has that uniqueness of being not just you going in and gunning the shit at everybody. You actually have to, hide in situations you have to actually fucking hide. Because you're going to snipe one person, not kill an army of people. Stop it, man.
One-dimensional. One-dimensional.
What the fuck were we talking about?
I don't know.
Call of Duty beer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Call of Duty beer.
So, one last ridiculous thing, then we'll get into request topics. Jay's onslaught of request topics. Lego-proof slippers.
Yeah.
Why are we...
Because it's needed, right?
I mean, there are times I was younger, I don't have Legos anymore, but, even if you clean them up, sometimes you have that one stray Lego. Yeah. But at that point, you wouldn't even be wearing those slippers. You would have taken them off and just been walking around. You're still going to step on that one stray Lego.
I was over the past couple of years, I've been working on cleaning up my attic and putting new lighting and floors and stuff. And I had a bin of Legos and I knocked them over and I got so angry because I'm like, now I got to clean this shit up because I can't step on it. Even in my shoes, I can feel it. So the fact that they have these slippers now, they're actually Lego brand is just the funniest part.
Yeah, they're fucking silly as hell looking too.
They kind of look like oven mitts you put on your feet.
Yeah, with Lego on it.
Yeah, with the Lego logo on it. Which makes me just want to put the Lego logo on random things.
Yeah, like John Cena. Alright, so we're going to get into request topics now. Got a lot from Justin here.
Is this the Justin Hubler request topic
Yeah, this is the
section?
Yeah. This is his request topic section.
Great contributor to the show. I hope he enjoys his free loot crate if he signs up for it. I sent him an email about it, so...
Name dropping.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm not going to go in any particular order here, so I'm just going to pick as I go. Favorite cell phone apps? The podcast source app where you can find Grindcast.
Grinding Grindcast.
Grinding Grindcast.
My favorite podcast.
Round to a fine dust.
And put on Doritos.
You just snorted.
Nah, I mean, yeah, Podcast Source is a great place to go if you want to get all of our episodes and not have to go through the loops and hoops of going and grindcast.libsyn.com, because if you're on the go, it's a lot of button pushing to do. But
we don't want you crashing your vehicles.
Yeah. I don't condone you using your phone while you're driving, even though I do it.
Unless you're watching porn, then it's perfectly fine.
Oh, yeah. You better have one hand on your phone and one on your dick, and none on the wheel.
Yeah.
Use your knees. And if you don't have a dick...
That's what God made. Knees for. So you can drive your car while masturbating.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't have a dick, I imagine
you had a plan. The whole time they always say you had a plan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As far as like apps go, the apps that I use the most...
Thanks for saving me, by the way.
The apps that I use most on my phone are probably not that interesting. Like, I use the Facebook app a lot. I use the eBay app a lot. I use like the Amazon app. Because like if I'm out somewhere and I see a game like on sale that's priced a certain price, I want to compare. I want to see if this is a good deal. Like if I'm at Kmart back where they had games and I see a clearance item, I want to know if it's worthwhile me grabbing that while I'm there. So I do a lot of price checking on that.
I do the same thing when I'm like out at the one comic book store I go to. Like I buy board games from there. I check how much cheaper I could get it somewhere else.
Right, sure.
Usually it's pretty damn cheap.
Also, an app that I use a lot that is the Major League Baseball Trade Rumors podcast and app. I listen to the podcast and I use the app. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, I started playing Yahtzee with buddies, but I wouldn't say that I'd really recommend it, but it's a nice time killer.
I don't know why I hate all those, like, words with friends, all the, like, I don't know.
See, the thing about Yahtzee...
It's a waste of time.
The thing about Yahtzees with buddies is I don't feel like an idiot when I lose because it's just random. Like, with Words with Friends, I feel like, what?
Dude,
I don't know words.
I fucking hate that app. Because the one time I was playing it, the person I was playing against, she literally used a word I could not find in any dictionary anywhere, and they gave it to her. And I'm just what the
I found
fuck?
with Words with Friends, if you just throw stuff together, sometimes it accepts it. So sometimes it's worth trying.
It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's complete bullshit, because I do pretty well at Scrabble.
Yeah, and I know some of the words that it accepts are definitely not Scrabble. When the words that you can use in Scrabble, sometimes they don't even let you use in that. So.
Words with Friends is like chaos.
So really, any of those, what are they? The Zynga, is that the name of the company that puts those out?
Yeah.
The Scramble with Friends, Words with Friends, and they tried other ones too that failed miserably, like Tiles with Friends, which was like a tile puzzle game. And then they did, they just did a lot of crap. It was like Gems with Friends.
Did
where
a
it's
lot
like,
of stuff.
It's like puzzle games where you like take turns making moves to like line up the colors and blah blah blah. But
yeah,
I mean, what other apps? I mean, obviously I use the podcast app, the Apple iPod.
Yeah.
Podcast
Well, we're gonna start experimenting with Periscope. Because that's a pretty interesting app. I mean, we can shoot small sections of video on my phone while we're doing this and post it.
Here's one you didn't mention, which I'm sure we all use quite often, is IMDb.
Mm-hmm.
I use that
I don't use that.
Really?
I know everything about movies that I need
Stop
to know. Stop it. Like, seriously. Dude, where's my car?
Who was the key grip for
stars out of 10.
Raiders?
Huh?
Who was the key grip for Raiders?
Indiana Jones. See? You don't even need IMDb. It's full of useless information.
Are there any good comic book related apps?
Yeah. I'm going to butcher this up because they have two, and I get the subtitle mixed. There's Marvel. I think it's unlimited. You pay a small fee a month, and you have like 150,000 comic books you can read on your phone, which is pretty cool. And then there's the Marvel. There's another one, but it tells you, like, basically Wednesdays what all the new releases are. So if you're not, like, in the know of what's coming out, that app will let you know what's around. So that's cool. I mean, like, I don't have the Marvel Unlimited app just because I don't really like reading on my phone. Yeah. I guess I'm a hipster that way, but it just, I don't know. It's still a good thing, like 150,000 titles, it's cool. And like some of the books are ones that you probably will never see an actual physical version of.
Right.
unless you want to search for reprints, but it's a cool app.
How do you guys feel about companion apps for things that you already own?
You
Such
mean
as-
Like, if you play Destiny, there's a companion app. That
Oh, I
lets you-
never download that shit.
It's actually not bad because it actually is decently intuitive because you can message people that are on your like friends list for PlayStation and whatnot.
I did that for Halo 4 when that came out.
See, but that's another
And-
thing. There's not enough in that one to make it worthwhile.
No, it's just maps, and they're like, the one gun you want's over here.
Exactly.
Like, as you're playing, you're like, well, I will eventually just find that out by playing the fucking game anyway. So this is a waste of space in fucking internet land.
Yeah.
Oh, YouTube app.
I actually don't have the app. I just
Yeah,
go
I
to
use the
my
YouTube
browser and
The other one I used to use for a while was the Xbox Live app, because that was actually more intuitive than the
Smart
interface.
glass.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was actually more intuitive than it was using your actual console.
Right.
Because it was like, there was less shit you had to go through to like send messages and all that, because typing a message in with the fucking controller is
it's garbage.
is
Even if you have
garbo.
the keyboard that
I
pops
hate
in,
that thing.
it's still
It's too
like,
small.
yeah.
the thing's clumsy as shit too.
That's why whenever I use my system, I plug in a USB
Yeah,
mount.
I also had
keyboard.
the PlayStation Network app for that same exact reason. So, because you can be playing, have your phone right there, and say you're playing Destiny and you need to message somebody quick, instead of fumbling around with the fucking controller, you just pick that up, be like, boop, boop, boop.
Not to mention, it takes
Done.
so long to go from the game to the message
Yeah.
and then back into the game.
And it sucks
when you could
because-
die in that time.
Yeah, when you're doing the message, the game's still going in the background. That's one Destiny, like, I love it, but that's one of those games that is so I hate when games do that shit. When you have a pause menu, but you're not actually pausing the fucking game. You're just putting, like, an item list in your face, and the game's still happening around you.
Yeah.
So, but I like those for the fact that it's easier to send messages. But yeah, I use the YouTube app. I use the Netflix app. You know,
I occasionally use it.
I use it if I go like camping or if I'm on like a long car trip or something. I use the Netflix app.
Watching that porn while you drive.
Yeah, totally on Netflix.
The Netflix porn.
Netflix and chill.
All that Netflix porn. Yeah,
They've got their own studio.
fucking terabytes of it. It's floating around the internet land. But
Stop calling it Internet Land like it's a stage in Mario.
it is. It's a land. They should make. I'm making that Mario Maker. Internet land.
My brother actually bought me that for my birthday. And
Lucky you.
yeah, it's pretty fucking great. I've been trying a lot of things with like springs and Goombas. It makes them dangerous as fuck.
Springs and Goombas.
You heard it
that
here,
was gonna
folks.
be the name of my debut album. But it never happened.
Springs and Goombas.
The new album from Ashes and Eyelashes.
Springs and Goombas.
Springs and Goombas. All right, so we're going to go on to another one. Top 10 reasons why we think Ben Graver should move back to the East Coast. Number 1, most of all your friends are over here. And I know you're going to say, a lot of my friends have now moved over to this side of the world. And it's like, you know what? That's good for now. But eventually, all that is going to break off and sail into the ocean and sink. And you don't want to be on that boat
Did
when
he
that
not
happens.
see Escape from LA?
Yeah. You do not want to be in that
That was going to
predicament.
be, one of mine was going to be the fact that California is going to break off into the ocean anyway, so you might as well move back here.
So all that progressiveness is just going to sink to the bottom of the ocean. and unless you know how to make fucking Rapture like in BioShock, you're done for, son. You could be over on the East Coast, chilling with a margarita, looking at all the dead leaves falling off the trees while it's cold as shit, because you could have been over there in the nice warm weather, but now it's in the fucking ocean. The only other thing you'll have to move to that's farther on that end is go to Idaho, and all they have is fucking potatoes. How fun is that? Not.
I like potatoes.
They're delicious. Potatoes are delicious, but it's not fun.
No.
You don't walk out of your house and just see potatoes all growing all over the fucking place when you used to look at palm trees.
I mean, you might if you're in Idaho.
Well, that's only one reason. We need 9 more.
I hate having to like do math in my head before I text him and make sure it's a good time of day because of the time difference. I don't want to like text him like in the middle of the morning.
Yeah.
You know,
Ben, honestly, if you're going to stay over there, you need to make us an app so we know how to do this easier. It's fucking...
3 hours.
It's ridiculous.
It's 5 o'clock there.
Right now?
It's 5:48.
So he's going to bed?
No.
I get so confused.
It's 5:48 a.m. or p.m. Ah! So that's reason dos.
Okay.
Reason tres. We have shittier restaurants over here. And I know that sounds like a negative, but think about it this way. You will appreciate food so much more when you get something made that's good. Over there, you can get anything you want. There's less juice bars over here, too. Less filler filling up the streets.
God damn it.
We only get the most important shit here. Like Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A.
Hey, we just got a Popeye, so...
Yeah, fuck that. Where's your Popeyes? I bet on every street corner. Yeah. You probably got Popeyes down there like we got Walgreens.
He's got Carl's Jr.
Yeah, that's it. That's part 4. We have more places around here to buy medication than you'll ever need in your life.
You can just go around the block buying Sudafed if you want.
Yeah. There aren't any doctors in Pennsylvania anymore because there's just Walgreens everywhere. You just walk in, it's like my arm fell off. And like, here's a sewing kit and some fucking alcohol.
What is this?
That brings me to reason number 5. You'll get more hair on your nuts. Because we're more men over here.
We're more men.
Yeah. We have horrible English as well.
Horrible of English.
I really don't have
more men. All his favorite sports teams are on the East Coast.
Yeah, that's true. You can't keep doing that either.
How can
You're going to stay over there.
Here's a funny thing. When he lived here, he liked the Raiders. He'll claim that he didn't like the Raiders, but he did like the Raiders.
Yeah.
So he moves out there, and now he's obsessed with the Ravens. And he'll say he liked them when he was here, but he liked the Raiders. Ben, you like the Raiders.
And you know what? I just want to come in and say this for everybody right now that doesn't know who Ben Graver is. Look him up on Facebook, by the way. Mm. But he was a friend of ours that we met through a friend of ours named Dave. And we know him for, I guess, like, what, going on 10 years now, probably?
Longer than that? Like 15.
Yeah, we've known him for quite some time. Drank with him when we probably shouldn't have been drinking. One of those kind of things, but he was the most prog person I've ever known. I mean, when he said he was moving to San Francisco, I was like, makes sense. Very progressive out there. There's a lot of drummers.
There's a lot of drummers, and then he didn't take his drums.
He left them behind. Sold them. Yeah. Not to me. I was like, Ben, I want to learn how to play drums. He's like, oh, good, I got a drum set. You can't buy it, though.
He will have the distinction of being the person who drove me home on my 21st birthday and put a trash can by me on the couch.
Yes. He did a lot of great things for us.
Although he did throw that cat puke at me.
He did. You're never going to forget that. That was a great day. So
there's another reason. You can come back to the East Coast and throw cat puke at will.
Yeah. I mean, the new Mr. Miyagi, he's not as nice as Stripes was, but he does puke a lot. So there's a chance that could happen once more.
Yeah.
Christmas is more memorable over here. We actually get snow, which I don't know how you could live without snow. I know you're going to say you don't want snow, but deep down, you want snow as much as you said you liked the Raiders at one point in time.
If you want snow, you can go to Big Bear.
Yeah. What?
There's a fucking mountain called Big Bear.
Oh, okay.
But you have to go to like the top to get snow.
Did you live in San Francisco at all?
No.
I didn't know you've been
San
a lot
Francisco, he's far enough north that he will get snow.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Do you live in the mountains?
No, I live in Southern California where it never did any kind of precipitation. It just was sun and you burned to death.
Right.
There's one that sounds very reasonable. Cost of living.
Yeah, that is extremely reasonable.
And more importantly, we don't have any trolleys. That shit's annoying.
Technically we do, but they're just fucking...
You know what? That was in the back of my head. You get out of my head.
Get out of my head.
This is why you don't have that girlfriend, Will.
We don't have any actual trolleys, so there's less of that noise going on.
We have pretentious trolleys that want to be trolleys but can't be because we moved past that. We're
more accepting of all cultures because we don't split it up into Chinatown, Little Italy, and all that kind of stuff.
It is really rude, San Francisco.
Yeah. We just call it a farmer's market. So, suck on that, progressive San Francisco.
What do you think is progressiveness?
It's just that's what all I know of San Francisco. There's a lot of juice bars and they're progressive.
We don't have as many pointless fucking hills.
Yeah, true.
Jesus
true that.
Yeah. Who needs that many hills?
Yeah, why would you want to live on that?
Right?
I mean, like, I guess.
I want a slanted house.
Here's
Thanks
a good
lot.
reason. Gold Gate Bridge isn't golden. Lion Bridge. Lion phony fucking bridge.
Jesus, Will.
All right, calm down, bro. You're not really selling the East Coast right now. You got anger problems.
You need a timeout real quick? Go, like, collect yourself? Get some thoughts back in order?
So angry, I feel like I should go watch an Eagles game.
So I think we gave about 10, I think. I didn't actually get all the numbers in there, but it's close enough.
There's many reasons.
A lot less snobbiness.
Most important reason, Will and I are here. And so is Dave. And we miss you. And so is your family. But that's second important to us.
Second important.
Yeah.
Dude, you're fucking fantastic tonight.
I know. I'm tired.
He's on it.
I'm on point. So, all right.
Better
I'm going to
than
go to
some
one
other
more
things.
request topic. I remember this from earlier this week. Dave asked me this. So, I'm sorry, Justin, I didn't get to all of yours, but I do have to hit this one because it came before everybody else's request. I will save yours and we'll get to them next week. Dave had asked me to finally explain the saga that was Tim Gray almost getting, what was it? He got through like halfway of like Ghosts and Goblins or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're supposed to retell this story.
Well, it was all in a bet.
Yes. This was at your house.
Yeah.
It was really late at night.
Yep.
You and I were playing it and we were just garbage at it. We weren't really doing
I've never
something.
been good.
So you say to me, as we're trying to get through it, I bet you Tim Gray could beat this game. Because he's just good at everything. So we call him, and we're like, we need you to come over here and beat Ghouls and Goblins. Or, I always fuck up. Ghosts and Goblins. We need
It was the Nintendo one.
Yeah. It was the Nintendo one. So we need you to come over here and beat... Was it the Nintendo one or the Super Nintendo?
It was Super Ghouls
So
and Ghosts.
Ghouls and Ghosts. Okay. God, I will never get that right. Ever.
There's like something in your brain that just...
Yeah, it refuses to let me, like, get the right title.
synapse.
Yeah. Just misfires. It goes back to, like, some kind of, like, horrible childhood memory. So, we tell him, like, we need you to beat this. And he's just like, I'm on my way. So, we're just, like, waiting. We're practicing, waiting. We hear the car pull up.
1 second. That fucking moment reminds me of the scene in Pulp Fiction where they call up Mr. Wolf. It's like, just call this number, tell him what's up. He'll fix it for you.
He'll fix it for you. So we hear the car pull up and we're just like, he's here. So he comes in and he's like, all right, I'm going to do this. So we're just like watching in awe. And he only gets like so far and then he's like, man, this game fucking blows. Because he got to a certain point and he just kept dying. He just couldn't get past it. And then we were like, well, let me give this a shot. Because, like, at that point in time, we watched him enough that we're like, oh, well, we know what's up. But in typical Tim Gray fashion, like when Tim Gray gets angry, he gets physically angry.
Yes, he does.
And he was throwing shit around.
Fortunately, at the time, I didn't have many nice things that I owned, so...
There was like cushions, the controllers went flying. It was a good, and then I think we all just drank a lot, and then some other people came over, and then that was the end of the Tim Gray saga of Ghouls and Ghosts.
But he got my money because I bet that he couldn't get through the second stage, and he did.
That was the bet.
He did get my money.
There's so many good memories I have of like things that happened at your house when we used to drink there. I'll never forget, and this is for you, Dave. I'll never forget the one night I spent there. I was over on Will's side of the house because I think I slept on the couch in your living room.
Wait. Will's side of the house?
Yeah, it's a dual...
A duplex.
Is that called a duplex or is it a split?
It's a duplex.
Okay. I slept on his side. Well, you were technically moving into the other side, but like you still had all your stuff. So I was sleeping in the other living room on the other side of the house. In the morning, we both wake up. He comes down and wakes me up. And we're just like sitting there, like, I think we were like drinking some coffee or something, and we just hear all this noise. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So we go over, open the door. There's Dave just passed out on the couch with Stone Temple Pilots DVD, blaring.
It was the loudest my TV would go.
Yeah. It was like Vaseline's just like blaring. Because it was the DVD menu, and it just kept looping like
it,
over and over and over, and he's just like out. I look at you, I'm like, is he dead? And I'm like, is this like one of those points? Is this one of those parts where it's appropriate to like poke them with something, or?
Jesus Christ!
But then we're just like, Dave, and he goes, like, all right, he's not dead then.
That's all I gotta know.
But it was funny because, like, then you turned it down, and then he woke up more.
Yeah, yeah.
It was weird. We're like, okay, so I think you and I left to go get breakfast, and we came back later.
White noise to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we went to Burger King, got breakfast.
Yeah. Came back, and then, like, he was finally, like, up. Or did he actually just leave?
I think he left.
Yeah, he just, like, disappeared.
Was it still playing?
No, he turned it off.
Damn it. It would have been so much better if it just
But yeah,
left it there.
We thought he was dead.
Yeah. I love that memory.
You drank that much that you worried he was
Yes.
dead? Jesus, guys.
I love that memory, and I also love the one where you and I were drinking together, and Dan Solar was over, and, like, I guess we forgot that he was underage, because we're just like, we're drinking outside, and we're making all sorts of noise.
Tim was there, too.
Yeah, Tim was there for this. A cop car pulls up, and we're like, get your ass over on the side of the house and fucking hide. So he runs over, he's hiding behind the house. But the problem with this is as we're talking to the cop, we're getting the cop, like, to the point where he's like, okay, just keep it down, everything's fine. He starts, like, walking out, like, peeking, and then, like, coming out of the shadows. We're like, what the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck back. We're like, just doing this. The cop's like, everything okay? Like, perfectly fine, officer. And there's nobody back there, if that's what you're wondering.
All this criminal activity from you guys.
So then, like, the cop, like, drives away, and then he just comes running out, like, guys, like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, you have an idea? Like, Tim, like, slapped him.
Well, the first thing the cop said was that he had a report of a ruckus. Which then prompted us all to want to say, could you describe this ruckus?
That was a good one. That was a great memory. That was almost as good as me in an Afghan with the $1 Million Man belt around my waist in the middle of Crayley, and the cop stops us. It's like, sir, is everything okay with you? Yeah. I was cold, so I put a Afghan on, and we were playing wrestling games, and I won this belt. So what of it? I'm getting all defensive. Like, what of it?
Yeah.
That's what I did. So what?
Because you're just standing over, just staring off into space. I like going up and like giving the cop my ID. I'm like, that's my house over there and stuff. And you're just standing over there with this knitted Afghan and this fake plastic wrestling belt, just staring off into space.
I wasn't staring. I was planning.
That's what champions do, Will.
I was fucking planning. Because you know that exact moment when that cop stopped, I had to turn around and like, all right, you have an Afghan on and a wrestling belt. You need to figure out how to explain this. I thought I did all right. He let us go. Mm-hmm. He probably had the best story to tell when he got back to the freaking office, though.
What would he have brought you in for?
Public drunkenness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could have.
Oh, he definitely could have.
If it wouldn't like me just immediately being like the spokesman and just running up and go, here's my ID. I live over there.
Like 15.
15.
And this is
Hi,
only,
sir. This is who I am. I live right there.
and it's only like that's just a small sample size of all the stories we have through the years.
Yeah. Maybe one episode we'll get into more of it. If you'd like to hear more, leave us a comment in the comments. God
Leave
damn
us a
it.
comment in the comments.
There is no way I'm going to be able to record Resident Evil 5 footage the way I'm going right now. Oh my god.
For Grinded Gaming.
Thank you.
Plug.
Where? Oh, I love dead air. Fuck me.
No, thank you.
Come on, stop it. We all know that you don't want to. So, I'm going to let somebody else end the show this time. Will did it last time. So it's going to the reigning champion.
Yes.
Can you keep the streak going?
Can he keep the streak going? And don't, like, ruin it on purpose because you want to be funny.
Come on, dude.
No,
That's so unfair.
It's got to be genuinely a fuck-up. Come on, just try starting it, because you're going to mess it up right away anyway. Where can they find us?
This is the best
Nowhere.
talk ever.
They can't find us anywhere.
Oh, right.
I'm gonna storm the fuck out of here.
You're doing it purposely.
Anyway, you can find us at grinditword.libsyn.com.
Wrong. See, I told you that. Grindcast.libsyn.com.
Whatever.
It doesn't matter. I don't fucking know when you listen.
It don't fucking matter. We're also on the YouTubes, where you can find pretty much everything that Matt does for the show and other shows. We have a Twitter account.
I love your endings.
Fantastic.
You're going to do them every time, though.
Nah, they're going to get worse and worse. Spiral of just horrible endings. Because I don't know where we are.
Everywhere you want to find us is in the annotations below.
Oh, yeah, that too.
There you go. That's an easy way out. I'm going to do that from now on anyway. It saves time.
That's way too cheesy. I want to ruin it on purpose.
Okay, ruin it on purpose.
Fuck out of here. We're done.